Hello and welcome to SNNET TV. Are you coming across this channel for the first time? This is your go-to for solution channel where we combine business, finance, technology and innovation with vision and purpose. For those who do not know me, my name is Charles Athabon, and in today's topic I will be talking about mastering business execution. How to convert strategy into actionable result. That is what I will be talking about today. 1. Clear objectivity and priorities. This is the point where you break your strategy into actionable goals and then spread them into little tasks and then give them to each individual who is in your team to focus on, and you oversee the process on how everybody is working on every aspect to make sure that this actually goes through properly. And you must not ignore the timeline that you have set in place to get this task delivered. Point 2. Building culture and accountability. This is an aspect of business that some people always ignore because they think that it is just normal for business to run the way it has to run. No. In this aspect, this is the point where you come in your business milieu and you begin to hold yourself account to every step that you are taking, the results that you are putting in, everybody that is on board. You need to make sure that every financial aspect that they are requesting for every project is followed up to the least point, and how it is being put on use and how it is executed, and time again cannot be kept out of this process. It is a very, very pertinent and a very, very important aspect of business. If you don't hold yourself accountable to every project that you are executing, to every task that you are doing, I tell you, it will be rough for you in business. It will be very, very rough for you in business. So this very aspect, you must take it very seriously. Point 3, leadership capability, or should I call it leveraging leadership. This is a key aspect that leaders often misuse it, because some leaders enter in a workspace. It is either they tend to be very powerful and want to override people anyhow, or they tend to be so cold and people tend to take them for granted. And in many cases, this aspect always brings difficulties in managing every business. But this is what happened, and to demonstrate real leadership capabilities. You have to demonstrate discipline. You have to inspire the people that you are working with in every aspect to make sure that you train them in such a way that they can be able to take your position in your absence, in such a way that in your absence they can be able to execute the same tasks that you always execute. Even when you are not there, the business can still run smoothly. And people often ignore this, which is something that you should take into account. Staying focused on the goal and the vision. There are certain points that as a leader, if you ignore the staying on tact with the goal that you have set in place, sometimes even your employees may distract you from the goal or the vision which you have set in place. So you must be able to demonstrate that capacity, that capability of discipline and alignment with your goal to make sure that you follow everybody up for timing, execution of every aspect of your business. Moving from point 3 to point 4, learning and adapting quickly. We live in the world that technology has evolved and it is changing things very fast, and things are moving quickly in dynamic directions. And as a leader and someone that is running a business or leading a team in an organization like a professional, what do you do? Or be it a student that you are leading a group of your friends in executing an educational or an academic project, what do you do in this aspect? You have to have the capability to quickly learn, to quickly adapt into new systems, into new methods, into new style, especially when technology is involved. Because if you are not capable of learning fast, if you are not capable of adapting to change, I tell you, there will be many business projects and many business systems that will fail because you as the leader fail to learn quick, fail to adapt quick, fail to understand when emergency call for action. And this is something that you must not ignore. And how can you learn? You must not only learn when a project is about to take place. Sometimes you take time, you shift behind, you look at the whole business, you take your time, you learn behind the scene until some things you search about current information on things that are going on, so that by the time it hits you inside your business, you already prepared your mind psychologically for change. And when you start to introduce the change and start to move towards different dimensions within your organization, you will not be pressured. You will not be pressured, because when the head is in order, the rest of the system will automatically function properly, because you can easily break down tasks, break down a changeable system into small processes and introduce them to your various teams in your organization to make sure that your business runs smoothly. Moving from point 4 to point 5. This is something that people often ignore in business, and the thing that things just go with business anyhow. From the research which I've done in many businesses that have failed, I have seen that it is not only about some of the facts that we have mentioned. There are a lot of things contributing to failure of business, and one of the key things, especially in this point of execution, is consistency. You introduce a product in the market. You introduce a service in the market. Why people are still struggling to understand the service, to understand the product? Because it is slowing down, because it is taking you resources, because of other aspects which I've earlier mentioned, like strategy, which you did not plan for, are slowing you down, instead of you to focus and then work on strategy and other aspects and be consistent. What do? You quit. You quit. You quit, and that groundbreaking vision is not even brought to limelight. And that vision that you start and you could not continue, somebody tap it from an angle and then start executing and stay consistent, and within time people start to see the importance of it and the focus on it, and the person, boom, into the market. He gains the market, he grows and expands, and you are watching. And in some cases people often say, oh, I was the one that started this thing, they steal my idea. Where were you? You failed to be consistent. You were not consistent, and somebody tap from the little you saw from you and then come and derive something greater from it and develop something big and stay consistent, and people find interest in it at a certain point. And that was how that person have a breakthrough. So these are the things that you must not ignore in business as a leader. As a leader, you must stay at the forefront of your vision. You must stay at the forefront of your vision. And I assure you, any strategy without execution is merely just an idea. It is a sleeping idea. Yes, it is a sleeping idea. It is not a strategy. It is not. Like the Bible says in the book of 14 verse 23, it says that for every labor has a profit. For only talk in the mouth, like talk, just talking, without taking action, actionable steps, only keeps you in poverty. Only keeps you in poverty. The Bible has never been wrong. Everything about his life, yesterday, today, and the future is inside the Bible. You must learn how to understand, interpret, and have it integrated in every aspect of your life. So that was what I have for you for this video today. Like I told you last time, our website is still on progress. We are advancing with our website. We are still developing it. But if you visit, you see that we are constantly doing changes and upgrades inside our website. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that when we upload videos and things like this, you'll be able to watch. And please do us a favor by also sharing to your friends. You can also follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. It's very important to also know that this is not only about us making videos. This is a movement that is rolling across the globe, touching the heart of believers who want to become powerful entrepreneurs, who are already in business, running their business, and sometimes failing in many aspects. This is the hardcore. This is where you can build your principles. This is where you can build your alignment. This is where you can strengthen your faith in business without gaps. Thank you and stay blessed. Signing out, I am Charles Athabo.